I'm Michael Sabo, Senior Commodities Broker with RJO Futures. Here on the floor of CME Group, bringing you some commentary here in the energy market. So let's get started here. Crude oil, what a wild ride we've been seeing here. Crude prices, look back on your chart around June 24th here. We're down around that 92, 93 area, and now we're hitting up over 106. This market has really made some big strides here to the upside. And really, when you take a look at it, we've also been seeing the Brent WTI spread narrow significantly. We're now down around $2. And traders, if you recall, going back here over the last year and a half, at one point that spread was up to around about $25 at one point. We've narrowed all the way back down to around $2 mark here. And some of the things that are driving this market, it's really been an interesting market right now. Whether you're a bull or a bear in this market, there's been a lot of opportunities here. Lately, obviously, the bulls have just been squeezing the short side of the market, but guys that are short. But nonetheless here, take a look at some of the different things that are going on. The dollar, look at the dollar index. Dollar index has been much firmer here, and usually that can help put pressure on some of these commodities, and especially crude oil, but yet crude prices have been much firmer. So I think that's interesting there to note. Now, equities markets has been firmer here, even in light of the Fed talking about tapering things back. We saw some initial corrections there. Equities markets have rebounded, and of course, crude oil rebounding and actually making new highs here for the trading year. We did see some interesting things here on the demand side of things here. Now, we've seen about a 2.5% increase in demand from this time year versus last year. And if you look at the last capacity utilization report that came out, refineries are running right now at about 92.4%. So we have seen a little bit of an increase there. Last two EIA reports that we've seen, last week's there was a draw of about 10 million barrels, and this week's here of over 9 million barrels. So we have seen a significant draw, but total stocks are still, in my opinion, are on the higher side. So we do want to watch that, and we do want to see, if this is going to be a continuation of a trend here. The pipelines have been moving that glut of oil. Pretty much everything is flowing right now. We had a pretty big glut of oil there at Cushing's, and the pipelines are pretty much pushing that oil out. And we did see the big BP refinery here in Whiting, Indiana, that actually just came online here, and so we're seeing some demand coming out of there for oil. But nonetheless here, you take a look at what's going on in China. China really is slowing down. You look at their economic indicators, and things have really been pulling back there. You look at their imports and versus exports here, we've seen some real declines there, and of course they've got a voracious appetite for commodities, and yet some of these markets, oil included, still doing very well. Europe is still a mess, got a lot of problems going on over there. And here in the U.S., we really get some mixed data coming out of here. So, if we do see the Fed really start tapering, of course, that's all talk right now. So until there's actual real action that's really taken, some significant steps, I'm kind of surprised that we've actually seen the dollar strengthen up here as much as we have. But nonetheless, there are some opportunities in here. You look at the short-term technical indicators. Market is very, very oversold, overbought up at these levels. And we could see some price correction coming, but, like I said earlier, the shorts right now are getting squeezed, and we could see some continuation here, possibly even up to the 110 area. I personally think this is a good opportunity up here to possibly start looking. You got to be cautious, but looking and strategizing and how to take advantage of this to the downside, because I do think we will see some corrections coming. If you have some interest in that, give me a call, shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk with you. Or if you like playing this market on the upside, I've got some ideas there. But nonetheless here, with the volatility that we're seeing and the way this market's been stretching, you got to be real careful. You got to be real cautious. So give me a call, shoot me an email. Again, I'm Michael Sabo, Senior Commodities Broker with RJO Futures here on the floor of CME Group. And of course, remember that futures trading does involve a substantial amount of risk. It may not be suitable for all traders. Good luck and good trading.